ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। So we have started seeing 16th chapter Daivi Sampat. Chapter titled is Daivasura Sampat Vibhaga Yoga. In fact, 26 values Lord Krishna enumerates. But the Asuri Sampat, which starts from 4th shloka to 24th shloka, I think so. 24th or 14, I don't know. Aso maya hatash shatrunishya. Close to 14 shloka, until 14th. Illa inna jasti. Till 24th. So much Asuri Sampat is there. So yesterday, somebody has to mute, I think, some voice. Jnana Yoga Vyavasthitihi we are seeing. And Shankaracharya mentioned of all the sadhanas, giving quality time to Vedanta, Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana is important. And he made a statement which is not in the Bhashyam, which is like an odd statement, but it can be justified. Yatra cha yesham adhikrutanam, yatra cha means that area, the place of work. Yatra cha yesham adhikrutanam. So area here means Varnashrama. Adhikrutanam. In the Varnashrama, you will be designated to do a particular job. So designation is called Adhikrutanam. Who can designate? Veda only has to designate. Adhikrutanam ya prakritihi. In that Varnashrama, and once the Veda designates prakritihi, we perform certain actions. That is our Swadharma. Prakritihi sambhavati satviki sa uchyate. That is called as Daivi Sampat. So if we can practice our own Swadharma along with Shravana Manana Nididhyasana, that itself is a Chitta Shuddhi. Very important message. Very, very important message. Anyways, now continuing. I think we have chanted. Okay. Danam. Next is Danam. Yata Shaktihi Samvibhago Annadina. Danam means what? To donate. How much to donate? Yata Shaktihi. Very simple. No confusion. Whatever you can, please donate. I have told in the earlier classes whether it is gross salary or net salary. Hey, that is, we don't know. Because since we have a lot of expenditure, if you think of net, then hardly you will have peanuts to donate. So that too now it is a, not COVID, not recession. What is that? The cycle, appraisal cycle. So everybody will have very less time, less paper will be huge, but the appraisal amount or percentage will be all in single digit. So Yatha Shakti Dhanam. And what we have to do Dhanam? Annadina. Annaha Adihi. The best Dhanam is Annadanam. Even Swami Vivekananda agrees to this. For a person who is very well fed, what is the Dhanam? Give them or give him or her knowledge. A person who is starving, don't say Aham Brahmasmi to him. He cannot understand. Buddhi will not work for him. Best Dhanam for him is to give Annam. And what kind of Annam you have to decide. All Annam means all food items is called Annam in Veda. Not only the rice. And now in rice also we have red rice, brown rice, black rice. Different rices we have. We don't know what rice we have to give. According to their interest, few people will eat only red, few will eat only millet. So whatever they eat, if you like white polished rice, you may give that also. And if you say, no, I don't eat white polished rice, it is against, then may you do that dana and eat red rice. Yeah. So whatever is comfortable for you, may you give that. All vegetables, all cereals, Complan, everything you can give. Annadinam, donate something. That is why Mahaperiva, Kanchi Mahaperiva used to tell, handful of rice before you start cooking. Every day keep it in one dabba, one container. After a month, after a year, you only cook in your house and start serving. Here, two of them did like that a couple of months back. So they enjoyed doing that. Every month you can do, or at least every 6 months you can do. Just 2 handful of rice, keep it in a container. After a month or so, make some curd rice and then give. Anyways, you plan well. That is one. Annadinam. Damascha, Damaha. Damaha, Shamaha is mind control. Damaha is sensory control. What he says, Bahya Karananam Upashamaha. Bahya Karanaha means Karmendriyani, Jnanendriyani. May you control them. Unnecessarily, don't let the mind and sense organs, not the mind here, sorry. Unnecessarily let the sense organs not go out. Let the sense organs be in control with the mind. If mind says, then only let the sense organs go out. So how does a mind say? If you instruct the mind, then mind will behave according to your instructions. Similarly, sense organs also will behave according to the mind's instruction. So basically, you are the kartha, you are the sarathi, you are the driver. Being inside this body as a jiva, you should control all the karanas, buddhi, manaha, chitta, ahankara, and karmendriyani. Karmendriyani, organs of action. Everything you have to control. How do you control, if you ask? The best way to control the sensory organs is by performing yoga. Half an hour to 45 minutes or minimum 20 minutes of some physical exercise every day, so that the mind and sense organs will not go out. It will be in the respective location. Remember Viveka Chodamani?
Swaswagolake.
Swaswagolake. Keeping the respective organs in its respective places. Because yoga has that kind of a power. Some half an hour, even brisk walking will do. If you don't have time, at least some yoga, some exercise, but not a gym. Very important, but not gym. And also not that some kind of a dance in a aerobics. Definitely not that. Or even Bharatanatyam dance. Anything which is related to Sanatana Dharma, Hinduism is agreed. Something 50 kgs dumbbells. No. However much you try to justify that, no, that also is like bending the body, muscles will become upright. It won't. It will only create Deha Abhimana, more and more Deha Abhimana. So in aerobics, I sweat more than in yoga. Maybe the previous night you would have eaten a lot. That's all. Or you would have worn a very tight dress. And that day in that room, there won't be any fan. That's all. Nothing else. Aerobics will not help. Because aerobics cannot give you peace of mind. But yoga can give peace of mind. Aerobics cannot keep the Golakas in their respective places. Gym cannot. While doing yoga, you are aligning your body parts with the breath. While doing gym or aerobics, you are not aligning. People will say, that's why they put a music, another distraction. There is a reason why I am telling you. All these will help you be a dharmika purusha. Think. Sense organs should be in your control. The best way is yoga. Some exercises. Upashamaha, okay, sense control. Antakaranasya upashamanam shantihi vakshyati. So he is taking shantihi is not here actually. Danam damascha yajnasya. See, damaha is there, but Shankaracharya is taking both mental control, the mind control and sensory control. So he says antakaranasya upashamanam shantihi vakshyati. He says it will be explained in the next shloka. He's not explaining here. But we have already seen in the 13th chapter, isn't it? So care of that. So when you write notes, don't write care of 13th chapter. You take whatever is there and care. Some exercise you have to do. Yajnascha. Next. Shrautaha agnihotradihi smartascha daiva yajnaha. Very simple. Two types of yajna we have, an offering. From Shruti, that is Shruti prescribed yajna, that is Shrauta karma, Agnihotradihi. A Gruhastha has to perform this kind of ritual every day, Agnihotram, which is technically or otherwise called as Upasanam. A brahmachari has to do Agni Upasana. Agni Karya, Samidhanam or Agni Karya. This is from Shruti. Performing Sandhya Vandanam is also Shrauta Karma. Why? Because the mantra is Vaidika mantra. After Gayatri Japa and Argya Pradhana or otherwise, Argya Pradhana and Gayatri Japa, anything extra you do like Avahayami, invoking the Gayatri, that is all Smartha Karma. Sandhya Vandana as such is a Vaidika Karma, a Shrauta Karma. So not skipping Sandhya Vandanam is a best Shrauta Karma. If possible, a Grihastha may add. I am telling may add, I should not tell, should add actually. But since many of the Grihasthas are very busy in another Laukika work, we have to skip, what to say, we have to skip Agni, but which is not good. Everybody has to perform. That is why now lighting lamps have come. As an indirect way of Agni Upasana. Morning once, evening once. But it hardly takes much time. If it is 5 to 10 minutes job. Performing Upasanam or Agni Karyam for a brahmachari or a Upasanam for a grahastha, it hardly take 10 to 15 minutes. And you don't need much space also. You don't need much space. And suppose if you are not able to perform on a daily basis because of some activities, you anyway have a prayashchitta. Skipping is a dosha, but skipping for unnecessary, skipping for what do you call it? Unavoidable circumstances, you have a prayashchitta. You can do that. Skipping Sandhya Vandanam becomes a dosha, but doing Sandhya Vandanam even after 8 o'clock in the night, as I am Sandhya, is okay. Because there is, but Karlopaha is not there. But if you skip, that day's karma itself gone. So Pratyavaya dosha will come. Similarly for Agni Upasana also. Can be done. Aram se. When we can give space for every object in the house, this can also be done. Because we have very big porticos. And somebody a few years back, they had in the name of Agnihotram, Brahmin family only. They had kept this Upasana setup next to the slipper stand in the portico. Because inside, if you keep, the smoke will come, the wall become black. These were their answers. Better not to do if that is the case. We have to respect Agni. You know, this all depends on, I am not talking on particular gender. Generally, I am generalizing. You may not take on a particular gender. If Gruhini is very well in the house, if she is a proper Sanatana Dharmi, if she can follow her own dharma, she will see to that all these are followed. She will see to that the husband does Sandhya Vandanam properly. See to that the boy will do it. Everything. I have seen, I have taken statistics. Maneli Gruhini Sari Landre, Yadu Nadia. General statement, but it is working. Nothing against one person. So, if possible, may you implement or start this Agnihotra also, because he has put as one of the qualities, if possible. Next, Agnihotra, the Smartaha. Smartaha means the yajnas coming from Smritihi. Fire, what is that? Deva Yajna. In the other language, Panchamaha Yajnas, which we everybody, most of you are doing. Deva Yajna, Rushi Yajna, Pitru Yajna, Bhuta Yajna, Manusha Yajna. Every day one has to do this. Deva Yajna, worshipping of the Kula Devata or Ishta Devata Puja. Rushi Yajna, recitation of some Vedic mantras. At least Purusa Suktam and Rudram. At least. Which will hardly take half an hour. Pitru Yajna, yearly once. I have talked much on this in Sadhana Panchakam in other classes. So you know, doing Shraddham, Manushya Yajna, helping others. Manushya Yajna will also come as Dhanam, Bhuta Yajna, keeping the environment clean. So all these are part of Devi Sampat. Swadhyaya, see, Swadhyaya, Rugveda Adihi, Rugvedadhyanam. May you chant the Vedic mantras, which is a Devi Sampat. And what is the Palam if you ask? Adrushtartham. It is an invisible power. You cannot measure that. You cannot measure the Palam of Vedic mantras. Invisible power and infinite power. The more you chant, the more punyam you will get. What is that punyam? Body is healthy, mind is sensible, family is good, environment will be clean. One will be born in a traditional family. Children will be good. These are the visible phalams. The invisible phalam is you will get a proper guru. And that guru will be a Shrotriya Brahmanishta and he can teach you Shastra. Through that, you will gain moksha. So Veda Adhyanam can give moksha indirectly. Then you might ask a question, what for ladies then? Naturally, this question will come. You see to that your husband does Veda Adhyanam first. At least Swashaka Veda, then some mantras. By he chanting, you will get 50% of the punya. That is what Dharma Shastra says. Provided he should chant properly. Swara Sahita. according to the intonations. Udatta, Anudatta, Swarita. And then doing your Gruhini Dharma, you have lot of other Parayanams, Upadesha mantras that you can chant. All are Devi Sampat. Adrushtam he has put. See, in all the other places, he had precisely told. When it comes to Vedic chanting, he said Adrushta Phalam. So may you practice it, because I have spoken all this in the previous classes, not elaborating much. Tapaha, Pakshamanam Radi. Tapaha is the next quality. Pakshamana, where will he say? Shariradi, Sharira, Vak, Manas. He will tell this in the 17th chapter. So anyway, we are not doing that, but at least we will see which shlokas. 17th chapter, because Shraddhatraya Vibhaga Yoga is the next chapter. Satvika Tapaha, Rajasa Tapaha, Tamasika Tapaha will come. So here he says Pakshamanam Shariradi, which is that. ನೋಡ ಒಂದು ನಿಮಿಷ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. Hmm. 14th shloka, 17th chapter. Devadvijaguru prajna pujanam shauchamarjavam brahmacharyamahimsa cha shariram tapa uchyate. Devaha dvijaha guruhu prajna pujanam. One has to worship, show reverential attitude, do namaskar to what? Your Ishtavata or Kuladevata. Dvijaha means Brahman chants the Vedas. A Panditaha, a Vidvamsaha. Whomever you see, don't think about that person, a Panditaha, he is very angry, sorry, he has a lot of ego issues. Many people will think Pandita means he has Garvam. Yes, that he should have that Garvam because he is well established in his knowledge. That is not our concern. Here it is Dvijaha means wherever you see a Vidvamsaha, we have to show the respect. Because a Brahmana who chants the Veda, a Brahmana who follows the Sanatana Dharma is equal to God in Bhuloka. Bhumi mele pratyaksha devata yaru appa amma bitre Veda Brahmashrigalu. Yaru Vedadhyayana ಮಾಡಿ ಪಂಡಿತರಂತ ಅನ್ಸ್ಕೊಂಡಿದಾರೋ, they are all like gods. So reverential attitude towards them. Prajnaha means intelligent peoples who will follow the Shastras, the Dharma. Sudhyaiva Maya, Sushtudhiyaha, Chandrasekhar Bharati. The one who can follow the Shastra is called Prajnaha. Shaucham, anyways, we have seen. Arjavam also we have seen. Brahmacharya, celibacy. Celibacy is both for men. Ahimsa cha shariram tapa uchyate. These are all tapa uchyate. Anudvegakaram vakyam satyam priyahitam chayat swadhyaya bhasanam chayo vangmaya tapa uchyate. Vangmaya means the speech. Anudvegakaram vakyam, not hurting. Anyways, we will not see this much. Manah prasada somyatvam maunamatma vinigraha bhava samshuddhirityetad tapo manasamuchyate. Manasika tapas. But what I would like to suggest here is tapaha means proper diet, proper healthy diet, which everybody can follow. And Ekadashi Upavasam mandatorily. If health is not fine, then you might take care. No need to do it. If you're hale and healthy, if you don't have any gastric trouble, because if I start Upavasam, that moment only gastric trouble will start. ulcer will start, everything will start. Until now, it was not there. Gastric trouble, Ekadasi, gone. ನಾ ತಿನ್ನೋದು ಇಷ್ಟೇ, ಯಾಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟು ದಪ್ಪ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ? ಗ್ಯಾಸ್. ತಿನ್ನೋದೇ 2 ಇಡ್ಲಿ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಯಾಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟು ದಪ್ಪ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ? ಗ್ಯಾಸ್. ಏನ್ ಮಾಡೋದು? ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಹೇಳೋದಿದೆ. 10 out of 9 people will give the same answer. ನೋಡಿ, ನಾ ಇಷ್ಟೇ ತಿನ್ನೋ ತಟ್ಟೆಲಿ, or 9 out of 10 something. So if you are hale and healthy, may you please practice Ekadashi Upavasam. And the next tapas is be maunam. In a day, try to be maunam for at least 1 hour without anything or any gadgets, anything. Try 1 hour in a day if it is possible. And Ekadashi, if it is possible, try to be maunam. Very important. This is Sharira tapas, Vak tapas. Both you can practice, or at least one you can practice initially. So there are many things to say. Brahmacharya is one, but audience is not proper, I cannot say. So these two at least, Upavasam and Maunam, may you practice. Tapaha vakshamanam shariradi arjamam rujutvam sarvada. Rujutvam means straightforwardness. We have seen already. Here he writes sarvada. He in the 13th chapter, he said you should practice ahimsa and also you should be straightforward. But here he says at any point of time you should be straightforward. Okay. Next. Kincha ahimsa ahimsanam praninam pedavarjanam.
Kincha ahimsa ahimsanam praninam pedavarjanam.
Satyam apriya anrutavarjitam yata bhutarthavachanam.
Satyam apriya anrutavarjitam yata bhutarthavachanam.
Akrodha paraihi akrishtasya abhihitasya va praptasya krodhasya upashamanam.
Akrodha paraihi akrishtasya abhihitasya va praptasya krodhasya upashamanam.
Tyagaha sannyasah.
Tyagaha sannyasah.
Purvam danasya uktatvat.
Purvam danasya uktatvat.
Shantihi antakaranasya upashamaha.
Shantihi antakaranasya upashamaha.
Apaishunam apishunata parasmai pararandha prakatikaranam paishunam.
Apaishunam apishunata parasmai pararandha prakatikaranam paishunam.
Tadabhavaha apaishunam.
Tadabhavaha apaishunam.
Daya krupa bhuteshu dukkiteshu.
Daya krupa bhuteshu dukkiteshu.
Aloluptvam indriyanam vishayasannidhau avikriya.
Aloluptvam indriyanam vishayasannidhau avikriya.
Ardhavam mruduta akrauryam.
Mardhavam mruduta akrauryam.
Hrihi lajja.
Hrihi lajja.
Achapalam arati prayojane vakpani padadinam avyapara itrutvam.
Asati prayojane vakpani padadinam avyapara itrutvam.
Okay, so here in the previous shloka, that is Shantihi, he said he wants to explain here. So we will see that first. Where is that? Shantihi antakaranasya upashamaha, which we have already seen in the 13th chapter. Remember, please make a note. Antakarana, manaha buddhi chitta ahankara upashamaha. So let that be in control. So I have already explained. Please go through that. Kincha, moreover, Amsanam praninam pedavarjanam. This also we have seen. Same. at physical level, thought level, mental level, not to harm any species in any of the world. Giving freedom to what they want. Giving freedom, if let's say if mosquito or something comes to bite us, it is better to push them away, not to beat them or kill them. Pushing is fine because it is the swadharma of a mosquito to bite, and not taking the mosquito bat and hitting with that. Obviously, all the animals will cause a discomfort to us, but it is better to shun them away, not to kill them. As much as possible, we can follow this, as much as possible. Somewhere behind the biru or somewhere in the wardrobe, sorry, if you open, there will be a cockroach. Take a broomstick, pat, 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 pat. For it, for the cockroach, it is full of fear. It has come out. So anyway, if you show the your house door, it will just run away. Or have some kind of a cup, close it, put it and throw it out. And if you get fear because there is a cockroach, then you should work on the fear, abhayam, cockroach fear. I forgot yesterday. So he says, at as much as possible, it is not 100%, you cannot be like that, but consciously try. Satyam, apriya, anruta varjitam, yatha bhuthartha vachanam. Very nice. Apriyaha means may you speak something. Priyaha means what? Indirectly, do not hurt a person. Speak the truth. Speak softly. Apriyaha. Anruta, may you not tell the lies. As much as possible, tell the truth. Varjitam. Yatha bhutartha vachanam. Yatha bhutartha means state the fact as it is, without coloring the fact, without twisting the statements. All the media people now can only twist this. So Bhagavan has kept a particular special hell for them. Separate naraka ide avargalla. Ella media people go, journalist go. ಈಗ ಮಜಾ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಡ್ಬೋದು, ಆಮೇಲಿದೆ ಸಪರೇಟ್ ನರಕ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆಲ್ಲ. Without twisting the fact, straightforward, not coloring the fact also. Is it raining in your area? You know, it is 10 mm rain. Is it raining in your area? ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದು. ಹೌದು, ಮಳೆ ಬರ್ತಿದೆ, ಮುಗಿದೋಯ್ತು. ಎಷ್ಟು ಮಳೆ, ಆನೆಕಲ್ಲು, ಅದು ಹಸುಕಲ್ಲು ಎಲ್ಲ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಮನೆ ಗ್ಲಾಸ್ ಹೊಡೆದು ಹೋಯ್ತು. Yes, it is raining. Over. Full stop. We think you think I am exaggerating. We all do this. When the situation comes, we behave nonsensical. Now, because it is a quiet time, just only hearing. But when the situation comes, we elaborate, exaggerate, which is not there. Where were you all these days? Somebody asked, where were you? I was somewhere. You know what happened? I started coming to your house. I took this normal road, you know, there was a pit. There was a pit and I have to turn there, and I was coming here and somebody obstructed me. Where were you? I am late. Over. There was some traffic jam. Over. I'm telling, normally we twist the fact, or though the fact is that we give more color to it. He is telling as much as possible, reduce your vak. Just tell the fact and be quiet. Or finish that communication. Yatha bhuthartha vachanam. Yatha bhuthartha means yatha ಹೇಗಿದೆಯೋ ಹಾಗೆ. Akrodha. Next. Akrodha. Very nice. This is also very nicely he writes. Akrodha. Paraihi akrishtasya abhihitasya va praptasya krodhasya upashamanam. When someone talks to us harshly, akrodha paraihi, someone talks to us harshly, akrishtasya means harshly. Abhihitasya, rudely, or one who comes to beat us. Praptasya krodha. May you not get hurt. If someone is talking harshly about you, one who is coming to beat you, you protect. It's not that we need not become Mahatma Gandhi here, showing one another cheek and then telling that person to hit. No. You protect yourself. That is the dharma, to protect myself. But don't develop a kind of a rajasic behavior. If you know you have done the correct way, try justifying. If not, be quiet. Try. This is a tough thing, but try. He says, whatever somebody does, we should not get angry. Come to the talking terms and finish off. Upashamanam. Upashamanam means passive the anger, subdue the anger. In continuation with the same line, after 2-3 lines, he will explain further. We will see there. Very nicely he writes. Tyagaha. Should I explain? Sanyasaha. Enough. Because then if this topic comes, then I cannot stop. Tyagaha means sanyasaha. Simple. But here one should be very careful. Tyagaha is giving up. What to give up? That is a question. What to give up? Sadhana is to give up. What to give up? Give up all the limitations. The opposite of all this ajnanam. Everything you have to give up. Sannyasa to all this. Dhambitvam, manitvam, himsa, krodha, arishadvargaha, everything you give up. That is tyagaha. Then you might ask another question. In Dhanam also I am giving something, isn't it? In Dhanam, I give, let's say I give some food to somebody. That is also like tyagaha, giving up something. But there you have an ownership of giving. Kartritva bhava of giving is there in Dhanam, isn't it? I am giving something useful for some person. But that ownership has not gone. It is there. But in Tyagaha, you give up everything. Even that ownership is not there. That is why Shankaracharya writes Sannyasaha. Nothing I own. If it is not physically, at least mentally you should feel that nothing is mine. Everything is Bhagavan's. I am only the user. I am not the contributor. Sorry, I am not the consumer. I am only the user. Bhagavan has given me to use a product, to be with the people for some time. I use. I cannot own any one of them. Very important. I cannot own any one of them for permanency, because I am only not permanent. I can use them. Why I use them? For dharma I use them. For various reasons I use people, I use objects, etc. If you start claiming the ownership, then ahankara comes, all the asura sampad guna comes. Mentally you have to feel that nothing is mine. It is given for some days. And Bhagavan has a right to take that without permission. Any day he can take without permission. But you should be ready to Give back to the Bhagavan as he had given when you start taking that. It should not be wear and tear. Be it people or be it an object. Complete renunciation is tyagaha, sannyasa. Mental sannyasa, very important. Purvam danasya uktatvat. So danam has already been spoken. Annadinam. Shanti also we have seen. Apaishunam. Apaishunam. Apishunata parasmai pararandhra prakatikaranam paishunam. Very important quality we have to develop. Pararandrasya means parajanasya. Randraha here it doesn't mean secret part of the body. Pararandraha means do not talk about others' weaknesses. Very important. Apaishunam apishunata parasmai pararandhra prakatikaranam. Do not talk about other people's bad behavior. As much as possible, avoid. And one need not publish the bad behavior or weaknesses about a person to others. If you know, fine. If somebody asks for help, may you guide, or else keep quiet. Tad abhavaha apaishanam. So the one who doesn't have this means who doesn't have a tendency to criticize someone or talk about their weakness or talk about their bad behavior is apaishanam. Daya. Daya means compassion. Very nice. He says, Krupa bhuteshu dukkhiteshu. Showing sympathy to all beings. Daya. Krupa bhuteshu. All beings showing sympathy. And when they are in sad, you have to show sympathy. When they are aram, why are you happy? I feel very sad. From morning, you are being very happy. That should not be there. So, indirectly, what it shows, happiness is our nature. Sorrow is not our nature. That is why somebody comes and sympathizes you. If happiness is there, if somebody comes and says that, why are you happy? Then that person is a mad fellow. The very fact that nobody comes and talks, shows sympathy when you are happy means what? Happiness, your nature. Only when somebody is sad or dull, they will come and sympathize you. Think. These are all hidden in these qualities. Happiness is my swadharma. Aloluptvam. Indriyanam vishaya sannidhau avikriya. Aloluptvam means enjoy to the maximum extent. If I get a temptation, enjoy today itself. So aloluptam means control that. Be freedom from all kinds of temptation. Here also you have temptations at various levels. Anatma temptation, dharmic level temptations. Yaga after yaga, puja after puja. That is another temptation. Think. Mobile phone after mobile phone. Change every 6 months. Gadget Ananda. New name, Gadget Ananda. Don't get tempted. Don't tempt somebody. Be calm. That's what it is. Avikriha means freedom from temptations of sense objects. Indriyanam vishaya sannidhau. Be free. Mardhavam, mruduta. Mruduta, akrauryam. Mruduta means absence of rudeness, speaking very soft. Here also, speaking very soft doesn't mean you start a conversation in singing. So many people have seen. Being soft means they start singing. You know what happened. Mhm. And in between the sentences, they will stop. You know, you have to wait. What happened yesterday? I was going. So every 5 seconds there is a stop. They can't make a statement and finish up. Suddenly they will stop. Because mrudutva. நான் வரேன் எங்க வரேன் நாளைக்கு தான் சொல்வேன் so that much time they will take. So mruduta akrauryam, be soft and complete the statement. Very simple. What he is basically telling is finish off any kind of transaction, divine or sacred or secular, as soon as possible and give time for yourself. That's all my message. Hrihi lajja means what? Lajja, shameful thing, a sense of shamefulness for doing wrong things. Any adharma if I do, I should be ashamed. So this is a quality to develop. We should fear doing adharmic things. All in dharma. Did I miss something here? No, next to that is okay. Achapalam asati prayojane vakpani padadinam abhyapan. Okay, we have seen this. Achapalam means unnecessarily moving the body parts, hand, a neck, a leg. You see many people, they can't sit quite. They'll do like this. Dance. And the neck will go back, front, and 2 legs will be dancing like this. Very bad habit. Very, very bad habit. If they sit on the sofa, you have to see, they will catch hold of that sofa rod, and they, as if they have a fight with that rod, they will be doing like this. And for few people, collar, they will be adjusting their collar. Unnecessary movement in the body, we have to stop. Walk. Somebody, you see mothers, when a small baby, when they feed, they'll be feeding the baby with the spoon or something. Baby will open the mouth. Mother also will open the mouth. Why? You will say natural. Why? Baby is eating. Baby is eating. Why you should open your mouth? Huh? And the tongue will roll out. It will come. And in some imagination, something, mouth will be moving here. I don't know. Unnecessary. He's telling achapalam. One has to stop this. Achapalam. Arati prayojane. Vak means mouth. Panihi, kai, padaha. Sorry, panihi, not kai. Hands. Leg, padaha. Padadinam. Oh, asati. Correct. Asati. Prayojane vakpani padadinam avyaparaitratvam, not making them acting without an intention. If you have to come in, even see, now I am talking only when I want to come and see, this hand gestures are common for everybody. There is one Swami called Swami Atma Priyananda. Even that Swami is there now in Ramakrishna Mission. He's a physicist, a very excellent speaker. You might see his talks. Entire 1.5 hours talk, he will not move. The hand will be on the table like this, and 1.5 hours he will not move. such control. Naturally, hand movements, body movements come. If possible, try to avoid that. But excessive movement. How do you know if I do like this excessive movement? Is this a meaning for excessive? No, it's not a meaning of excessive. It is the daurbalyam of the body. When you are talking something, as much as possible, keep the body parts in their respective places. If possible. So what Shankaracharya is telling is, unnecessarily may you not shake the body. So that's why we have a separate place for shaking the body in the dance. There we will do, but not while talking. All are very subtle. Don't think that this is unnecessary. All are a guna of a jnani if you practice well. Next, I will finish off this, maybe another. I'll try to finish by 9. Kincha teja pragalbhyam natvagatam diptihi. Sorry, natvagatam diptihi kshama आकृष्टस्य ताडितस्य वा अंतर्विक्रियानुत्पत्तिः उत्पन्नायां विक्रियायाम उपशमनम् अक्रोधः इत्यवोचाम इत्थं क्षमायाः अक्रोधस्य च विशेषः. विशेषः इत्या. ओके. धृतिः देहेन्द्रियेषु अवसादं प्राप्तेषु तस्य प्रतिषेधकः अंतःकरणवृत्तिर्विशेषः. देहेन्द्रियेषु अवसादं प्राप्तेषु अंतःकरणवृत्तिविशेषः. येन उत्तम्भितानि करणानि देहश्च न अवसादन्ति. येन उत्तम्भितानि करणानि देहश्च न अवसीदन्ति. ओके, न अवसीदन्ति. ओके. शौचं द्विविधं मृज्जलाकृतं बाह्यम् आभ्यन्तरं च मनोबुद्धयोः नैर्मल्यं माया रागादि कालुष्य भावः. एवं द्विविधं शौचम्. शौचं द्विविधं मृज्जलकृतं बाह्यम् आभ्यन्तरं च मनोबुद्धयोः नैर्मल्यं माया रागादि कालुष्य भावः. एवं द्विविधं शौचम्. अद्रोहः परिजिघांसा भावः. अद्रोहः परिजिघांसा भावः. अहिंसनम् नातिमानिता अत्यर्थं मानः अतिमानः. स यस्य विद्यते सः अतिमानी. तदभावः अतिमानिता. तदभावः नातिमानिता. आत्मनः पूज्यातिशय भावना भावः इत्यर्थः. भवन्ति अभ्येदानि एतदन्ति संपदः अभिजातस्य. किं विशिष्टं संपदम्. दैवीं देवानां या संपत्तान् अभिलक्ष्य जातस्य देवादिभूत्यस्य भावी कल्याणस्य इत्यर्थः. हे भारत. दैवीं देवानां या संपत्तान् अभिलक्ष्य जातस्य देवादिभूत्यस्य भावी कल्याणस्य इत्यर्थः. हे भारत. Okay. Kincha, moreover, pragalbhyam. Pragalbhyam means developing a mental courage to not give up spirituality. Many people you see for hook or crook, or because of something they come to spiritual life, maybe religious and spiritual life, maybe because of some family problem or something they come. Okay, it is good, but after some time they don't see results. I don't know why they have to see the result, because spirituality is a lifelong process. But somebody says that I'm not seeing result, they give up. Or they come for suddenly and they drop immediately. After, let's say, 10-15 years, they drop. Why does this happen? Many reasons. One, because of planetary movements. Sorry to tell in Vedanta class, is because of planetary movements. For some dasha, without your interest or without some motive, you will be put into religion and spiritual life. After that planetary dasha ends, again you will become a pravarti person. You will become an extrovert person. Very important. I've seen many people like this. Many people. So not losing the mental courage. Once you have come into this path, you should not have a thought that the pravritti marga is so fine. I get whatever I want, but here lot of restrictions, lot of rules, lot of discipline which I cannot follow. A mental courage has to be developed in such a that come what may, I will not give up my sadhana. Whatever might be the family issue, I will dedicate my time to be in this line, to study the Shastra. That mental courage one has to develop. Uddhared atmana atmanam, atmanam avasadhayet. Your mind is your friend. So make mind your friend and develop mental courage. Pragalbhyam. Deepti. Oh, sorry. Tejaha. Tejaha pragalbhyam means it is an mental courage. So this mental courage will make you very strong. Tejaha word is there. Tejaha means normally we will translate as brightness or shining. This mental courage is there to shine. It is an internal brilliance, not like a sun which is shining. Tejaha means naturally they will say, my body is shining. This means a mental courage. Deeptihi means, Tagatam, internally in all the pores, you know that I don't want to give up this spiritual life. It is a mental state. Kshamaha, akrishtasya taditasya va, antarvikriyanutpattihi. This is a very brilliant statement. You have to underline this and memorize. What Shankaracharya says is, antarvikriyanutpattihi. There is a kind of internal turbulence which happens when somebody criticizes me, when somebody gets anger on me. I told in the previous line also, akrodaha paraihi akrishtasya abhihitasya should be connected to this. Kshama, akrishtasya is verbally hurting. Akrishtasya is verbally hurting. Taditasya. Taditasyava means physically hurting, means physically beating. Taditasyava antarvikriyanupattihi. May you not have the inner turbulence when something is going wrong. When somebody is hurting you, you should not have an internal turbulence. You should not get angry. Very tough, not at all possible. Not at all possible. This is one of the toughest sadhana to do. And he says, Utpannayam, even if it comes, though you are practicing anger, not getting angry, and anger management, two things are there. Utpannayam vikriyayamaha upashamanam akrodaha ityavochama. Even if it merges, Utpannayam means even if it merges, vikriyayamaha, handle the anger appropriately. Upashamanam. Very important word. See, arrival of anger is not an issue. All of us do get angry. That is not an issue. But how do you handle the anger is the question. So he is telling, first you should not get, or you should not become angry at all. So let not the internal turbulence, when somebody is criticizing or verbally hurting or physically doing something, may you not get that kind of an anger. If it comes, then manage the anger. So we all get angry, but we should know how to handle the anger. Handling the anger is sadhana, but what we do, we handle the person with angry. Very important. While getting angry, instead of handling the anger, we handle the person and become angry. Beautiful statement. Utpannayam vikriyayam upashamanam akrodaha ityavocham. May you handle the anger, not the person. Very important. Itham kshamayah akrodasya cha visheshah. May you practice this. Drutihi dehendriyeshu avasadanam prapteshu tasya pratishedakah. Drutihi means capacity of the mind to strengthen the body. When body gets tired, the mind should come to the help of the body and say that may you not get tired. Drutihi, capacity of the mind to re-energize the body. See there, avasadam means tiredness, not allowing the body to become tamasic. It goes to the sleep naturally when body is tired. So that is called as pratishedakah. Using the mind and making the body revitalize, making the body energetic. Tritihi. Many things are there, but enough time is over, but I'll finish off. Shall I stop here or continue tomorrow? What do you say? Today? Okay. Another 10 minutes. Antakarana vrittir visheshaha. So develop a mindset whenever the body is tired because of food or because of thirst. May you revitalize your body with the mind. Patanjali Yoga Sutra, in the 3rd chapter, Vibhuti Pada, he says, meditation on Vishuddhi Chakra. Meditation on Vishuddhi Chakra will help you not being tired. Body can't be tired. You will overcome thirst and hunger. Meditation on Vishuddhi Chakra. How to do meditation, that is important. That I will not teach. That is secret. Anyways. When we do Patanjali Yoga Sutra, we will say. So you have to be a yogi and a Vedanta in both ways. You be a yogi, make your body mind complex fit enough to study Shastra. That is the only purpose of being a yogi. Body mind sense complex should be very fit enough so that it can allow you to study Shastra. Apart from this, yoga doesn't have any purpose. So that you have to take care. Yena uttambhitani karanani dehascha na vasidanti. Once they are revitalized, when the body is strong, they don't fall back. Once you start this kind of a dhyana on the chakras of your body, because all the chakras, mind you, are aligned with the body. Patanjali talks about only 3 chakras, Manipura, Anahata and Vishuddhi. He doesn't talk about the other Swadhisthana, Muladhara and Agnya. He talks only on these 3. And he says dharana, dhyana on these 3 will help you revitalize the body. Uttambhitani karanani dehaschana avasidanti. Na avasidanti means it will not fall back. Again, it will not become tired. Shaucham dvividam, we have already seen. Mrujjala kritam bahyam abhyantaram cha manoho buddhayoho. So here he adds buddhi also. In the chapter, he said, Dvividam Shaucham, external cleanliness by taking bath using Multan Matti, and internal purity by not having Raga Dveshaha. So Ragadi Maya. Maya means yesterday we have seen it is not being dishonest. Kalushya Bhavaha. But he adds a very important word, Buddhayoho. What is impurity in the intellect? In the Buddhi, what is the impurity? Very important word. Glory of Shankaracharya is only here. He says, may you not surrender your intellect in the name of bhakti. May you not surrender your intellect in the name of bhakti. Surrender everything to Bhagavan but keep the intellect with you. Don't surrender to Bhagavan. In the name of dishonest, everything is surrendered. See many bhakti people, Akhanda Nama Japa, Akhanda Parayana. It is good. I am not saying it is bad. But they say, நீங்க சமர்ப்பணம் பண்ணணும். தேஹா மனசு புத்தி எல்லாமே கடவுளுக்கு சமர்ப்பணம் பண்ணா கடவுள் ஒரு நாள் உங்களுக்கு கண்டிப்பா மோட்சம் கொடுப்பார். அது எந்த கடவுளோ தெரியாது. அந்த மாதிரி எல்லாம் சமர்ப்பணம் பண்ணி மோட்சம் கொடுக்க கடவுள் நான் பார்த்ததில்லை. Never surrender your buddhi. If somebody says like that, give them a slap. 24 hours, Akhanda Nama, they will keep one light in front of that one Kerala lamp they will keep. They'll do a column and go round of the round. Krishna Rama Govinda, Rama Krishna Govinda. Vittala Hari, Vittala Hari, Panduranga, Vittala Hari. Surrender. Ask them, do you give sufficient time for Vedanta study? Adidukku pannano. Kadavul kodupare, moksham avaru kodkumbodhu, na idukku padikano. Why should I read Shastra? Because I am doing seva to Bhagavan. Murkha. We give time for bhakti, we do bhajan, we do japa, we do puja, we also do Shastra adhyayana. Will they do? For us, all these are a stepping stone for claiming Aham Brahmasmi. For them, Bhagavan vere na vere dhasatva bhava. Name will definitely give me chitta shuddhi, no doubt in that. May you do 24 hours every Sunday, you do 6 to 6, but one Sunday at least try doing vichara also. Never surrender buddhi to bhakta or bhakti. Buddhi should be always with you. That vichara you should never skip. If somebody calls you for Akhanda Nama Japa and dancing next to the lamp, then say that I will come if you study, if you can do vichara marga in the same with the same lamp next to that, we will do. If he says no, only dancing allowed here, let them dance. Okay. Evam dvividam shaucham. We have seen. Adroha. Parijighamsa bhavaha. Very important word. Parijighamsa. Jighamsa means antum micha jighamsa means what? Intention to hurt somebody at mental level. I am physically very weak, but I will keep on hurting them mentally, thinking that bad should happen to them, somewhere he should fall, she should fall. Physically I am weak. If I am physically strong, if I had eaten nice food 3 times a day, then I could give a slap. No, but I'm physically weak, but I curse them mentally. I cannot see their growth. Adroha parijighamsa bhava ahimsanam. See, not to hurt them even at mental level. Don't curse them. Natimanita atyartham mana atimanaha yasya sa yasya vidyate saha atimani tad abhavaha atimanita. One line I will tell. Time is getting over. Don't have amanitvam. Manitvam, not amanitvam. It is close to manitvam. Natimanita means the amanitvam. Atma pujatva bhavana may you drop. Excessive pride is called as natimanita. Manaha atimanaha, excessive pride. Yes, sa yasya vidyate saha atimani tad abhavaha atimanita. Tad abhavaha natimanita. Atmanaha si pujatva bhavana ityartha. Very close to manitvam. So with this he completes what he says. Bhavanti abhayadini etadanti. All these 26 qualities. Sampadam abhijatasya. The one who has all these 26 qualities of this chapter and 20 qualities of 13th chapter is already ready for moksha. Bhavanti means these are all presently in a sadhak. Naturally it is present. That is why he is called as yoga brashtaha. Abhijatasya, one who is born to get moksha, one who is born to get moksha in this janma. Vishishtam sampadam, what is that? Daivim devanam, daivim is equal to moksha here. Devanam ya sampat tam abhijatasya, he is already facing the moksha. Having gained all these 26 plus 20 qualities, he is facing the moksha. Abhilakshasya jatasya means from the time of birth, he is facing moksha because it is naturally with him. It is naturally with him. So he will get moksha. Deva vibhutyasya bhavi kalyanasya ityartha. Bhavi kalyanasya means all these 26 qualities are mangala swarupaha. Kalyana means mangala. They will give always auspiciousness to you. This will give moksha to you. Kalyana means moksha. By practicing all this, it will give moksha to you. Bhavi means which is ready to fructify. By practicing this, or one who has already practiced, one who takes the birth in this janma, he faces moksha. Faces moksha means who gets moksha. Deva vibhuti ityasah, moksha vibhuti he deserves. So by practicing all these 46 gunas, he faces moksha vibhuti, he gets moksha. Hey Bharata, may you know all this. With this explanation to 118th shloka of Viveka Chudamani is over. One has to practice this as much as possible. Om Sham Asatoma Sadgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrutyorma Amrutam Gamaya Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.